In Wixie, teachers can assign an existing, customized, or a template they have created on their own to their students. After accessing your Wixie account, you can locate pre-existing templates in both the curriculum activities and design template sections. After opening the curriculum activities folder, I see multiple folders which I can explore or utilize the search feature at the top. In this case, I'm looking for something on probability. So I type in probability and look for the matches. Oh, there's 4. Okay, granted, I knew that was going to happen, but I'm still acting surprised for the effects on the video. I'm going to open up this Pinata probability to take a closer look. Click on the thumbnail, get the large view, at which point I could try it and experience the template as if the students were working on it to get a better idea of A, what's expected for them, and B, are the students capable? Do they have the Wixie skills to complete the task? Or will some type of mini lesson be required? And if I like it as is, I can go ahead and assign it directly. So I click on the Assign tab, and from here I open up the New Assignments menu. If I have access to multiple classes, I teach maybe multiple grades as a math specialist, or maybe just as a first grade teacher who still teaches different sections, different subject areas, I may need to select the appropriate class. In this case, I'm going to open up Mr. Loomis's class, and I would have the option to assign it to all of them or to just some of them. Maybe this is a reading template, and I have sorted my students into groups, reading groups, and I have, different levels of different, groups of combined different skills or compiled of different skills. And I just want this template to go to one of those groups of these 7 students. And then I can assign it from here, and I could do a different template or a modified one of this one to another set of students. It's important to know that you can also assign not by class, but by grade level. So in this case, if I was to select grade level 3, all my 3rd grade students will appear, and I can assign it to them at once, regardless of how many classes they may be in. So for instance, if I'm a library media specialist or maybe an art teacher and I teach, I'm at a huge school, I have 5 3rd grade classes I work with, instead of assigning it to each class separately, you can just click grades and it'll go to all of those 3rd grade kids, regardless of what homeroom teacher or what class they're in. So that's a big time saver. I want to return, however, back to the class and back to Mr. Loomis's class. The only other factor that you want to consider is when you would like students to see this template. What day are you doing it, for that lesson? If today is the day and you're maybe teaching the class later in the school day at some point, you can go ahead and press save and know that, or be reassured that that file will appear in their accounts almost instantaneously, just a few moments after the click is you press save, after you click on save. So this is really nice if you're just having one of those moments, one of those days, and you want to go ahead and assign that template. At this point in time, it'll still show up that day. It doesn't take overnight to process. Once you press save, the file again is available to the students if the date is selected. So I'm going to log out and look at one of those student accounts. What's wonderful about assigning templates to students, and then instead of them opening a blank template or going to look for the activity on their own, is that the template is very first thing in their homepage view. Instead of having the students click here, and then find it, it's boom, right there in front. Again, sound effects are optional. But if I work with kindergartners, 1st graders, I don't want them looking around. I just need them to open up the file and start working on it. I want to be as efficient as possible with the assessment, time, and my lesson that I have. Students can click on the thumbnail, of course, get to the large view of the project and begin working based on the parameters established. If a student was to return to the home page, they will note that that assignment is no longer up at top like it was just a moment ago. It's actually down here because their copy is part of their My Projects for this particular school year. So you get a copy of the file and assign it to the students. The students, when open it, get their own copy and they work on it, and it shows up within their work section. It's pretty smooth. If I log out of the student account and back into my teacher account, I do want to note that in addition to searching for keywords, I could explore. So I go into like language arts, just kind of seeing what they have for reading, and let's do comprehension. All right, book covers, book character traits, descriptions, coat of arms, scrapbooks, cubes, comprehension. Do you know what? I was meaning to use a 5-finger retell, and I'll notice that in this case, I would like to actually add some components in. I do want to customize it for the students so that it's they're more able to demonstrate their knowledge instead of again starting completely from scratch, and I can try to just ease that process or kind of make it again much more efficient. So instead of assigning the template, I go ahead and select Customize, at which point I get a copy of that file. The master within that folder can't be modified, but you get your own copy, and you're able to make the changes to the text as you desire. What's wonderful about making your own changes or starting from scratch, if you opened up a new page and created your own template, is within this view, you can actually go to the File menu and select Assign. After selecting Assign, you'll notice the same new assignments window that appeared before, selecting classes, changing the grade levels, some or all the students, and identifying the appropriate time frame. Even if you move out of this work view to the view of My Projects, use the Select Assign from the ellipsis dots, the pull-down menu in which Assign is the first one, and again, as the third place of 3, selecting the components from the new assignment window that match your need.